We're going to kick things off with our friends from the Small Business Development Center at Illinois Wesleyan University. Karen Bassoni, who's the director, is here. But we're going to start with Ashlee Sang. She's the owner of Ashlee Sang Consulting, and she got some help and is still getting some assistance from the Small Business Development Center at Illinois Wesleyan University. So, hey, Ashlee, how are you?
Fine. How are you?
Good. You own Ashlee Sang Consulting. This is less than a year old, right?
Yes, I took it full time and sort of went guns a-blazing this January.
So what kind of consulting work do you do? What do you provide for your clients?
Mostly strategic communications and then into copywriting, editing, anything written or spoken that has to do with messages. That's what I help with.
I think in this day and age, it used to be that companies had their own department that did that, but because everybody's trying to figure out a way to do things at a good, at an affordable cost, they subcontract out to businesses like yours. So how are things going so far?
It's been great. I've really been enjoying the variety and sort of exploring. I serve both small businesses and nonprofits, so I really like to be able to figure out all these awesome things that all of these small companies are doing because they have a deep passion for it. So, yeah.
What brought you around to starting your own company? I'm going to guess that you did this for somebody else for a while before you started to do it for yourself.
So I actually come from the nonprofit sector. I had years in international development and nonprofits, and I started freelancing on the side about 2.5 years ago, just sort of for fun, for extra income, I don't know, just to push myself. And as I was getting more clients, spending more time with them, I decided, you know what, I want to do this full time. I think I can serve people in a deeper, better way by doing this work than having a 9-to-5. So
our guest is Ashlee Sang, the owner of Ashlee Sang Consulting, and she started her business and continues to develop it here in its first year with the help of the Small Business Development Center at Illinois Wesleyan University. We visit with the SBDC and one of their clients every month here on WJBC. So explain what made you turn to the SBDC and what are, some of the big things they've done to help you get this off the ground.
Sure. So I had heard about them through various chamber events and just through Facebook, just from being around town. And my first meeting with them was really about how to incorporate my business. So really to make it official, to protect myself. So I went the LLC route. And
explain what that is, because we hear that LLC all the time.
Right. So in my mind, in layman's term, it's basically to separate the liability of my business from my personal liability. So if for some reason someone wants to come after me, they can only come after my business. They can't come after anything else I have asset-wise. So that was the route I felt most comfortable with, and they helped walk me through it. They have a great resource guide. And since then, it's been a lot of sort of bouncing ideas off. I'm a one-woman show, so it's nice to have that sounding board sometimes. And I like the idea of possibilities for collaboration and for exposure with other small businesses. I like that they're sort of this breeding ground for all these awesome entrepreneurs who are doing great things in this community.
And you got started when?
Full-time this January.
Okay, so we're only about 7 months into this business's existence. And what is the biggest thing you've learned so far? Maybe it's something that you've learned from SBDC. Maybe it's something you've just learned, from going through the motions of operating your business every day.
Sure. I think I've learned that owning and running a business is so much more complex than I ever imagined.
Even though you're the only employee.
Yes.
The owner and the employee.
Yes. So even though I did this same exact work in some capacity, just sort of on the side, freelance, it's very different taking a side gig to a full-time.
What's one thing that's more complicated than you thought?
Definitely taxes. I have definitely recruited a tax professional.
Funny, everybody says that.
Yes. Taxes are very complicated. And just running your business takes so much more bandwidth than just serving your clients. If I could just serve my clients all day long, it would be great, but I also have to run my own business. So there's just a lot of wheels that are constantly turning.
She's Ashlee Sang. She's the owner of Ashlee Sang Consulting. Her business has been up and running for 7 months with the help of the Small Business Development Center at Illinois Wesleyan University. Let's bring in Karen Bassoni. She's the director of the Small Business Development Center at Illinois Wesleyan University, and Karen joins us every month to give us her small business tip of the month. How are you doing?
I'm doing great, Mark.
You holding up without your right-hand woman, Caitlin Hill, who's now, her husband was an assistant coach for the Wesleyan football team,
yes.
And he got a job at Berry University in Georgia.
Berry College in Rome, Georgia, and he's a wide receiver assistant coach. That's a full-time position for him.
So she moved with him.
She did.
And now you're running this show by yourself for a little bit.
I have been for over 2 months. And with 33 new clients the last 6 weeks and a total of 410 clients, I have been very busy, but it's a great type of busy to be. I'm really happy for Caitlin and Daniel. But the good news is that my new assistant director is starting a week from today, July 29th, and her name is Angela Cooper-Smith, and she's coming to us from Country Financial. She's been there the last 10 years, and I'm really looking forward to Angela joining us. Her husband is a fourth-generation small business owner. So small business is very, very much a passion of hers, and excited for her to be a part of our center.
Well, that sounds like a good get for you because she's plugged in to this area, having lived here for such a long time, and her spouse knows all about small business, so a lot of that has probably translated to her, so that's good for you. All right, let's get to your small business tip of the month.
The tip of the month my tip of the month to you is hiring the right people. This is just an incredibly important part of business planning. That wisdom of hiring slowly really helps a small business take adequate time to carefully explore potential candidates for their personality, their work style, their skills, their competencies, etc. So the fewer hiring errors that we make as entrepreneurs and small business owners, the better. And also when we make fewer errors, we waste less time too, and money. Something that I know is really near and dear to my heart is finding the right people to fit your culture. I hired Caitlin over 2 years ago, and some people gave me a little bit of a difficult time hiring someone right out of college for this position that I had open when I first started up the SBDC. But you have to know what your needs are. As a business, and we were like a small business, and having someone that could get out in that marketing channel, especially through social media and website. Caitlin was absolutely top notch at that. And not necessarily a lot of people are, but more of the Gen Zs and the millennials are. So I needed someone like that, and she did a great job with interpersonal skills as well, and I looked for that. So I'm just trying to relate to small business and how important it is to not necessarily listen to perimeter people and what their recommendations are, but finding who's going to fit your culture and the needs of your business.
Okay, we've got about a minute left, and I know we want to make sure that we remind people, or at least tell people, where Ashlee's located and Ashlee Sang Consulting, and where potential clients can get a hold of her and her business if they need to. So, Ashlee, how can people get in touch or learn more about Ashlee Sang Consulting?
Sure. So I would point people to my website first. So Ashlee Sang, Ashlee, sang like sang a song, ashleesang.com. Otherwise, I have a Facebook page for Ashlee Sang Consulting and an Instagram for Ashlee Sang Consulting. So it's all pretty simple, pretty streamlined, and I hang out in all three of those places.
Okay, and Karen, before we go, anything else?
Yes, we have a couple events coming up. One in August, How to Start a Business in Illinois seminar, sponsored by Flanagan State Bank. It's on August 21st, and it will be held at Illinois Wesleyan University State Farm Hall, first floor, room 110. And in September, on September 18th, we are sponsoring for the third year the Veterans Business Planning event as we partner with SBA to assist veterans with any business planning needs for startup and for existing business. We're really looking forward to that event, and more to come on our Facebook handle at IWUSBDC and our website, www.mcleancoSBDC.org.
Okay, great job. And Ashlee, great to meet you. Good luck with the business.
Thank you very much.
Hope to hear more about it in the future.